All right, well, welcome to today's podcast. My name is Mark Wendell. I'm the host where we dive into life, leadership, and culture. So today's topic is how to jumpstart your day. We all have a day. We all start with a day. So how can we make our day better? And there's a few key principles that I want to share with y'all to where I really believe if you start implementing these in your life, it's going to enhance your life. So the first one, know that you are a sponge, meaning you absorb what you are around. So if you want to jumpstart your day effectively, start with your day with creating an atmosphere where you want to absorb what you are saying in your life. What does that mean? So something that helps me tremendously whenever I get up in the morning is I say positive things over my life. I say and I create a culture of positive words that I speak into my own life. Why? Because we are a sponge. As humans, we absorb what we are around. I mean, here's an example. Have you ever seen somebody act a certain way around a certain friend group, and then they go to a different friend group and act a completely different way? Why? We absorb what we are around. So here's a few things that you can say to yourself to absorb that and get a jump on your day. So, number one, I am capable. Number two, I am good enough. And three, I choose joy. And wherever you're at, I want you to say this with me and speak this over your life. I am capable, I am good enough, and I choose joy. I am capable, I am good enough, and I choose joy. Because why do we say these things? We are a sponge, so when we say these things to ourselves, we absorb that, and that becomes a reality in our life. All right, so the most important and beneficial thing that I do to jumpstart my day, it goes back to we are a sponge, and the words that we speak over ourselves make a big difference, is I make sure I start my day off with prayer. And I have a specific prayer that I do in the morning. It really helps and gets me connected to God, and I just come before God and ask for my daily bread. Because as y'all have probably experienced, every day is different. We all have new challenges and just something new every day. So my prayer whenever I start my day is, God, give me today my daily bread. God, give me today the tools that I need to conquer today. And whenever I just come before God and ask for that, God gives me that. And it is so refreshing and encouraging to start my day off coming before God and just asking to be fueled. And so some of y'all may ask, what is that daily bread? What does that mean? So in the Bible, that's part of the Lord's Prayer. It says, God says, pray like this, and that is in that prayer. Give me today my daily bread. And then you might say, okay, it's in the Bible. I still don't understand what that means. One way that I interpret it, especially if you're looking in the Bible days, bread is extremely important. Bread has good carbs, and so I was an athlete and I ran track, and before a track meet, we went and ate Italian food. Me eating carbs before my track meet gave me the right energy and to have enough energy to finish a track meet at my best. So I would say it's just kind of the same thing in the Bible days. Bread represents energy. Bread represents fuel to live. Also they had to walk everywhere. It was a lot more physically demanding to live back in the Bible days. So the importance of bread as fuel is extremely important. And I think that's just a practical way Jesus is asking us to pray is, God, give me today my daily bread. God, give me today the daily fuel that I need to conquer and live out today. So I want to challenge you to implement that in your prayer life. And maybe you don't have a prayer life. I want to challenge you to start a prayer life. What is prayer? It is just coming to God and talking to him. And it's an amazing gift because of what was done on the cross when Jesus died on the cross and then rose again. Whenever he ascended back up to heaven, he sent his Holy Spirit, which is our helper. So we have access to God's Holy Spirit every day, all day. It's amazing. So I want to challenge you with your prayer life. Make sure you start your day with prayer. And a great way to start the prayer is ask for your daily fuel. Ask for your daily bread, because every day is new, every day is different, and every day has its own challenges. But with God, we got it. So I recently read a book by Carey Nieuwhof called At Your Best. It was a phenomenal book. I highly recommend it. Again, At Your Best by Carey Nieuwhof. And he mentions that you have 3 to 5 hours of effective energy in your day. 3 to 5 hours where you are at your best. And that might be overwhelming for some of y'all to hear, be like, oh my goodness, Mark, like I cannot do what I need to do in 3 to 5 hours. That's fine. But we have to be aware that we have 3 to 5 hours of our best energy, so we should use those 3 to 5 hours to do the most important things. And that is a perfect segue into setting goals. Setting goals for your day, your week, month, quarterly, and yearly goals. Set goals, because you probably know when you set goals, when you verbalize them, when you write them down, it is significantly more likely that you achieve your goals. So there's an acronym called SMART goals. So SMART is the acronym, and that stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. So we're going to go through those and discuss what each and every one of those means. So we need to set SMART goals in our life. We know that we have 3 to 5 hours of effective energy in our day. We know we are a sponge, so it's important that we create the atmosphere that we want to be in. So, specific. I think sometimes I fall into the trap of, all right, I'm going to have a good day, and I leave it at that, and then my day is sporadic and random, and there's no structure to it, and then I finish the day of like, man, I really didn't get anything done. So have a specific goal. Okay, what do I want to do today? Okay, I'm going to get my oil changed. If you're in school, I'm going to do this assignment. Maybe you're working right now. Okay, and then I'm going to get this project done. So set specific goals, and then the next one, M, measurable. Make sure it is a goal that you can measure. Okay, so you need to get your oil changed. Okay, how do you measure that? You get your oil changed. Or I think a really good example for this acronym is a financial goal. So, all right, specific goal. I want to have $5,000 in savings by the end of the year. So that is your specific goal. How do you measure that? Okay, you can say every month I want to have a certain amount, and maybe you can give or take, have less or more certain months, but have a specific measurement of that amount. Maybe you're ahead and you start getting $1,000 a month in savings, but you have a way of measuring your goal. And then the next one is A, attainable. You want to make sure your goal is attainable. $5,000 in savings over a year is something for some of y'all that could be attainable. But then, if you start off specifically saying, I want to have $15,000 in savings, and then 6 months in and you're $3,000 in, you get extremely discouraged and be like, whatever, you forget about it, you just leave the goal. Make sure you set attainable goals. So review from the first 3. Make sure your goals are specific, make sure they're measurable, and make sure they're attainable. Next ones, make sure they're relevant. Maybe you say, I want to be a semi-professional billiards player, but you have a family and a job and other more important things to take care of. It's not really relevant to be a professional billiards player. That's just kind of a silly example. But make sure that the goals you set are relevant and applicable towards your life. And then the last one, T, time-bound. So again, the acronym is SMART goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. So what does time-bound mean? Have a deadline. I don't know about y'all, sometimes I do struggle with procrastination, and whenever I have a deadline and it's right before the deadline, something inside of me kicks into high gear and I get it done. So whenever we have a time frame for our goals, it is a great accountability partner to achieve those goals. So, review. You are a sponge. So you get to create the atmosphere that you want to absorb. And then point number 2, say positive words over your life, because what you say over your life is the words you will absorb, and those are the things that you will see bear fruit in your life. So if you have a tough time beating yourself up or just having bad thoughts, say these things. I am capable, I am good enough, and I choose joy. And to highlight that joy really quick, what is joy? I think some of us think of joy as happiness, but joy is so much deeper than happiness. Joy is like happiness, but you get to choose joy. Because happiness is just a feeling. You can't choose to be happy, but you choose to be joyful. Does that make sense? So, choose joy, because you can have a bad day at work, but still be a joyful person. And remember, you have 3 to 5 hours of effective energy where you are at your best. So do the most important things first. Then last but not least, make SMART goals. Goals that are specific, goals that are measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Well, that is it for today. I hope this helps you jumpstart your day. I look forward to the next episode with you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Be blessed and be a blessing.